Ruh-roh. Is it time for another stream, boys, or what? Yo, first thing I gotta ask, and I need to see as many comments in chat and as many video responses as possible once the stream, posts as a video. I need to see it in the comments. What is the highest temperatures that you all have been seeing? I mean, it is brutally hot. Excessive heat warnings. It's pretty wild, like how quickly we can go from just having rain all the time, just terrible weather all spring, to summer hits, and right away we got 95 degrees Fahrenheit, if not hotter. And I know it's been hotter in cars. I've seen over 110 in some of the cars, boys. But hello, happy Monday, welcome to the stream. And I see the question asked a lot: what is the best car to use my Backstage pass on? And we've talked about it, we've made videos about it, we've gone over these things, but there's a lot of cars back here, right? And hello, Caden, thank you for the member message, welcome to the stream. I figured today we'd just hop into the Horizon Backstage, pick some of the cars, and show them off a little bit. Drive them around, race them, let you guys see them in action, see if you want to spend some of your passes on them. Of course, if you have any questions, just let me know in the live chat or in the comments. But we'll start with the car that I'm in, the car on the thumbnail, the BMW M4 Comp, which I did share a paint for, I'm pretty sure. I think this is the one that I shared the paint for, right? This one right here, the BMW Isle of Man Green, which, crazy enough, if you take a look here at my creative hub for this paint, I think it's the one for this and not the M3, or I might have shared it for both actually, but look at this real quick, boys. Hello, Galaxy. What's up, Tom? Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, there it is, boys. Wow. Your boy got 79,000 downloads for this OEM color alone. I mean, it's the main paint that I, have shared that actually has downloads. It's pretty crazy though. 79,000. Almost 2,000 for Mistachrome. I feel like Mistachrome deserves more than this one, to be honest, but they're both really nice. You guys know I love to make my OEM colors sometimes, especially the cadmium orange, another one from Lexus that I like. And I don't paint very often. You guys know me. I'm more of a car builder than I am anything else. And I think that's kind of what we do around here, the realistic builds. But once in a while, when I see that there's an OEM color not in the game, I do like to, see what I can do. So if anybody's interested, I'll pop up the two top share codes for that. The BMW Isle of Man Green and, of course, the Mistachrome for the 03 Cobra, which I know a lot of people don't have because this car you can't even get your hands on. It ain't easy, at least. You guys saw I got one in the auction house, but it's not easy. Let's just be honest here. It's also crazy too. 10,000 plus kudos, 5,000 plus followers, which I don't use the Creative Hub a ton, so it's like I don't even know how many people I've looked at and stuff. I don't know how many kudos does everyone have, especially the longer time players, because obviously if you're new on PS5, you're probably not going to have more than maybe like 500 to 1,000 kudos, depending on how much you've been interacting with the community, downloading things, sharing creative stuff, and it's pretty wild. Also, the fact that I'm Prestige 9. The fact that this game's been out almost 4 years, boys. 4 years, and we're still going strong here in Horizon 5. But let's get back into the Horizon Backstage. I think how I'm going to do this, boys, I'm going to start a poll now, and then we'll drive around the M4 a little bit. I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to pick 4 of my favorite cars that are on the Backstage list here. And then you guys will vote, and whatever car you pick, that's what I'll, start showing off and doing some stuff with. Now, I do want to point out, I'm not putting any wheel spin cars in here. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing the wheel spin cars. You guys know why. They're too easy to find. They're not rare. Anybody can pretty much get their hands on them. It's just not worth it, boys. It's just not worth it, I tell you. Another thing I do want to mention quick, too. You better not forget to smash that like button to support the stream. And also, 3 more super chats, and we will see no ads the entire stream. I know you guys hate those ad breaks, but hello, Sullivan. What's up, Reaper? Hello, Joe Dean. Welcome to the stream. And, well, see, there's a lot of cars that are going to be 20 mil back here. They used to be, but most of them, like, see, the thing with the Backstage is, since they're obtainable here, it lowers their prices in the auction house because, simply put, you can get them here for free. Why would people pay for them in the auction house? Now, sometimes people want more than one. Sometimes people don't realize they're in the Backstage. Sometimes people are impatient and don't wait for cars to come back in the playlist or the Backstage, like I've preached about so many times. But that's the thing, boys, though. I want to make sure that you guys get cars that you're actually going to enjoy from the Backstage, because I know not everyone's got Backstage passes growing on trees like your boy here that's been playing since the very beginning. So Let's pick a few cars here. Let's go through. Let's start from the oldest ones, the original cars that got added here. Now, again, I'm starting with the M4. I know everybody loves BMW, so we'll start there. But let's make a poll here, and let's see what everybody's feeling. I'll put 4 options, and we'll drive whatever one you guys vote for the most. I'll make another poll after we're done with that one. So, alright, which Backstage car do you guys want me to show off? And again, I'm only doing exclusives, true exclusives. Let's see. You know what? Yeah. The Ferrari 512 Testarossa. That's definitely going to be one of them. Let's see what else we got here. Try and switch it up a little bit. Ooh, yeah. The 23 Nissan Z. That's a really nice one. I'll try and do some variety too. So we got like a retro. Let's go back to this real quick. So the 512 Testarossa retro supercar. Then we got the Nissan Z, a modern sports car. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh. How about the McLaren 765 LT? That's a pretty nice one. That's a track toy there. And then what should our last one be? Do we go M3 comp? Yeah, we'll do it. Why not? We're doing the M4 comp to start. How about the M3 comp, a super saloon? So you guys get to vote in the poll. You let me know what you want me to show off and drive, and you know, just show you the setup, customization, all that kind of stuff for. And Adrian, what did we vote for the upcoming festival playlist? You know, that's a good question. Let's quick recap, actually. The vote for the Backstage, 97% voted for the right. AMG GT, Lancia 037. Hands down, going to be pretty much your best pick here, simply because the Cali T was out recently, and the Audi is in the expansion. So the left side just not as good. Now, 97% of chat on Thursday agreed. I feel like we should be okay this week. If we somehow lose, we know that we just can't trust nothing around here, you know what I mean? And for any of you guys saying things like the SVJ and other cars, I made a video on some of the Backstage cars already that I suggested and recommended, so I'm going to try not to include those here today on stream because we already talked about those and I already showed those ones off. But you got the poll out there. You get to vote in right now. The McLaren 765 LT is the leader. But let's go to that festival playlist vote quick. So, by the way, we did get our 40 points done. If anybody still needs their trial or maybe the seasonal championship, the upgrade heroes, even hide and seek, I mean, maybe we could hop into one of these events at some point too if there's enough messages. So just DM me on Xbox if you're trying to get in here. And let me know if I see a full team for something. Maybe I'll switch it up and do something. Hey, we got a daily to redeem a wheel spin or a super wheel spin. So let's do that real quick too. What do we got? Geez, I have 140 wheel spins already. That's crazy, boys. Hey! The 175,000 credits. But anyways, back to the festival playlist vote. This was a very tough decision. On my stream on Thursday, I probably spent close to an hour breaking down the two sides, what the car rewards are, if there's badges, accolades, you know, different things that could be part of them or whatever. So I had trouble making this decision because I think the cars on the left are really good cars. The McLaren 765 LT that's leading the vote right now is one of them, the car that you see right there in the picture. But the 10-year anniversary theme is so good. The Dodge Viper Anniversary Edition is part of that like story that's in the playlist, which is on the map at any time, you know, just like the one. There was a Drift Club one for customs, I think. So the thing that I like about 10 year though is you get the locations around the map for the different horizons, which I think is really cool for PS5 players because they never really got to see those themes in those games. Obviously with PlayStation not having them, and who knows, in the future for 25 years, maybe they'll do something wild and crazy that we would never expect, and maybe PS5 will somehow be able to get their hands on them. That would be pretty, I would love for that, because you guys have missed some really good Forza Horizon games. If you like Horizon 5, I just wonder what people would think of Horizon 4 and Horizon 3 and some of the really good games that kind of, you know, got Horizon to the point that it's at now, the popularity and just it being on every platform. So, you know, we'll see. But anyways, that's what we voted for, 10 year, just because of the theme, and still really rare cars too. Let's throw that out there. But the Aventador Ultimate is in the Backstage, in case you didn't realize that from this week. Don't forget the Zagato and the Ultimate you need for the badges that are available from Cars and Coffee. So these ones right here. Don't forget about those, just earning the Vanquish and then also going to the Cars and Coffee thing on the map, like the west end of the highway. So don't forget about that too, boys. And also don't forget to smash that like button because you guys are shellacking. But anyways, let's show off the M4 a little bit. I already showed you the share code for this livery. It is one that I made. There is customization for the car, as I'm sure you can tell. And we'll probably just go into the auto show real quick to show that off. But I really do like this car too, like just the way it drives and everything. Now, I already said it once, I think, but just a reminder, every car that I build in this game... What did I just do? Oh, the wheel spin thing, that's right. But anyways, all the cars that I build in this game are realistic builds. So stock engine, stock drivetrain, no Forza Aero. So, you know, we got the stock engine in here. This is rear-wheel drive, as you can see, I'm sure. And it does have some really nice customization, though. So let's just take a peek at that before we go race it around against some unbeatable drivatars. And yeah, we'll just go in here first. There's no wide body kit, but there is this BMW customization. So you got the front splitter, which is carbon fiber. I think this really enhances the look of the car. You guys can let me know how you feel. Even the grille just looks a little bit better because you don't see it looking like a honeycomb quite as much with this style, but I think it looks really good. Then we got the spoiler, which you have the little stock lip spoiler if you're into that too, but I just felt like this suits the car better. I like when the wing or the spoilers kind of, you know, just extend out to the width of the body of the car. Like this doesn't really do that. The trunk spoilers, the little lip ones, can be a little bit off-putting sometimes, I guess, depending on how they're designed. It's still nice, don't get me wrong, but I think this one looks better. Please, guys, never use Forza Aero. Please, please, it's just so ugly and hideous. Don't do it to yourselves. Then you could also remove everything together, which I just don't think looks right on this car either. But either way, you know, this looks pretty good here. Then you got the rear bumper, which, you know, usually when you see stuff like this, it is going to change the exhaust layout. It's going to make the rear bumper look a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes the customization won't look better, but just having customization is always a great thing. So this is one of the cars that does have it. This is, again, the BMW M4 Comp. One of the first cars that went to the Horizon Backstage. I don't think anyone would argue that this bumper does not look better with the carbon fiber and the little flare in the side there. You could argue that the stock exhausts, like just the exhaust tips, look a little bit thicker, but I still think this layout looks better, cleaner overall. And then also the side skirt, carbon fiber right there. I think that looks much better too than stock, but you can go stock too. It still looks good, you know. Beautiful stock wheels though. You know, to be honest, looking back at this, I don't know why I didn't paint my calipers a different color, because I do feel like we could do that. Also, let's just, while we're here, look at the car mastery real quick. What? I never bought the car mastery for this, boys? You know, is this even a first owner? Could that be why? Let's see real quick. Yeah, no, it is. What the heck am I doing, boys? We gotta make sure we buy that car mastery real quick. We got some Forzathon points, some extra road racing XP, some head-to-head bonus, and of course some XP here. So we'll just buy them all. Why not? We have a lot of skill points that are sitting there doing nothing. And do you guys forget sometimes about like the skill points? Because I always forget. I like never go in there. I really hope they simplify the system, because having every car have one of those is just over the top. I feel like it's just like a little bit too much. But dark gold, it could be something. I'm gonna see real quick, because obviously with this being my paint, I can adjust that. Now the red doesn't look horrible. It does match the taillights, and maybe that's why I stuck with that originally. But I do feel like, you know what I do sometimes with the calipers is I'll actually just match the paint, which a lot of times can look good, and I'd say that does look pretty good. Another thing we could do here is white. But it kind of doesn't work because it looks like part of the logo. Yeah, like the M Sport logo is white, so that's probably no good. But we definitely could do just black. I mean, black almost always works. And then let's see about carbon fiber or gold, because those are other options I sometimes will go with. So there's carbon fiber. It's okay. It's okay. But let's look at some of these other ones here too, because I've actually never done anything like that. That kind of looked cool, but I don't think it's the look that I'd be going for. There we go. That's a little too flashy. Now that looks pretty good. I think both of those kind of match the green. Not sure what you guys are feeling overall. I might think that the green is the nicest, actually. Just going back to that, I just feel like it just like, there's something about matching the paint with the calipers. It's just such a nice touch sometimes. But again, you could go white too. I think I'll go with the green though, why not? Show it off a little bit more. It definitely looks better than the red, I feel like. It just kind of suits the car more. The red's a little bit just too poppy. It just doesn't really go with the color as well, in my personal opinion. But hey, everybody's got different tastes, right? So that's how we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it right there. Now let's go race this thing and show it off a little bit. Talk about this M4 comp and whether or not I think you should spend the Backstage pass. And, you know, honestly, if you're deciding if you're a BMW lover, which I know a lot of people are, right? A lot of people that love BMWs, and we've talked about that in recent videos, and I actually suggested one of the other BMWs in one of my videos talking about the Backstage, which was the BMW M2. I think it's a really good car. I think it's actually probably better than the M3 and the M4, but we'll see. I haven't driven these two in a while, to be honest. There's the M3. And then we're also going to be in the M4 here. McLaren 765 LT is still winning the poll for the next car we're going to look at, and I'll show you guys the share code for this paint here again in just a second. I did pop it up early in the stream, but we'll put it up one more time. And let's go back to the Creative Hub. And there it is, boys. There she blows. Let me get my face out of here so you can see those downloads again. There's the share code 161-891. 725, and it's just beautiful, especially when you're in the, like, see, the thing is, sometimes colors will look good in the garage, right? But then when you take it out into the real world, you just don't feel the same about it. This color just looks so good in all different lightings, and that's why when I posted this, I guess it got as many downloads as it did, right? I guess people liked it. So we're going to take this out, you know, since we had the, I was just looking at the Car Mastery, I think it was road racing. Yeah, 20% XP for road racing. So we'll take it out to a road race, boys. And we will go to, let's go with, what's one of my favorite road sprints where I think this car would be good? Definitely not Copper Canyon. Or, I was going to say definitely not Vulcan, but Copper Canyon could be pretty fun. So let's go here. We'll run this thing at Copper Canyon. We'll put some unbeatable drivatars on. We'll show how this thing goes. Cruzy, there is this thing called pausing a stream. It's a great method to get that share cut, I promise you. Also, if my moderators have it, that might work. But alright, so, solo. Let's find some of those unbeatables. We'll just match it with whatever car class we're in. So we'll do the Super Saloons, we'll do A-Class, and Drivatar difficulty. Unbeatable. The only answer here. We'll do some nice conditions. A-Class, click, click, clack, click, clack. You guys hear that? Alright. Let's full send it, boys. Here we go. Don't forget 3 more super chats to see no advertisements, no ad breaks, and also, if we can just get 4 more smashes on that like button, we'll be at the fitty spot, the big old fitty spot, boys. Now, it has been a while since I've used this car, from what I remember, and again, a reminder, I only do realistic builds, so you're looking at stock engine, rear-wheel drive, no Forza arrows, none of that crap. It's just a beautiful BMW M4 comp, and it's got the M Sport performance parts on it too. Side skirt, rear bumper, spoiler, which you can all see, and then of course the front bumper as well, which we showed earlier. It does have the nice customization. So let's see how I feel about this bad boy. Now, obviously every car is going to feel a little bit different. Everyone's got different tastes for different cars. I think we should compare all the BMWs, because if someone's deciding between them or trying to prioritize one, we covered the M2 in one of my recent videos. This is the M4. Maybe next we'll look at the M3. And then, well, actually, I had that in the poll. That was the second one. So we'll do the 765 LT, then we'll do the M3. I'll take the top 2 from each of the polls. But alright. It ain't in this game, Reap. It ain't in this game. Let's do this thing. Plus, we know it's better in rear wheel. We already know that. Here we go. Now, the launch control. Definitely a nice feature. For sure. We do have that on. This thing really got a nice launch. Again, we're playing against unbeatable drivatars here. Which, oh my goodness, they're not always unbeatable. Some of them, ouch! Some of them are, some of them aren't. Just depends what they're looking like. When you see them wobbling around, they're probably not truly unbeatable, though. Whoa. This is the warm-up race too. Let's see if I can get the hang of this. So all of my builds are pretty much set up to be very like good all-arounders too. Like good grip, good speed, good acceleration, just a balance of everything. You know, I don't really do anything that's too crazy. We got a little loose there, boys. We got a little loose there. No bueno. No bueno. Like I said, get warmed up over here. I'm also garbage at the game. I've only been playing like 3.5 years, you know, so. But nice interior too. If you like the digital clusters, you'll like the interior. I don't really like the digital clusters, so I don't love it. But that's going to be on all the newer BMWs, unfortunately, so kind of is what it is. But very good handling. I'd say grip-wise that this is on the easier side of rear-wheel drive. Now, of course, again, everyone's at different skill levels, but I feel like this is pretty smooth. Some cars can be a little bit tougher to control. This one I have not had an issue, and I've been full sending it as good as I can. I'm going to try my best to at least get pedestal here, but I kind of got off to a wobbly start, especially with those drivatars getting in my way. But you can see it's very fluid through corners. Feels strong. It sounds pretty good too. Some of the BMWs in this game just sound absolutely incredible. I'd say this one's a little bit more on the tamer side, but I don't remember what. Sometimes it can sound different to other people near you than it does to the driver, so we will revisit. Oh god. I almost missed that checkpoint, boys. That was terrible. That's a plus 10. Don't worry, after this race I'm not getting any more plus 10s. It ain't happening. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. I'm probably not getting first here, though. We're gonna try. We're gonna try and make a move right here. If we can. Trying to drive clean, so you guys know me. Unless the drivatars give me a reason to not. I try and drive clean. Now, if you can easily beat unbeatable drivatars with any of your cars, that means that they're set up pretty good. Because if you can't beat them, then you could do better. Or there's gonna be better cars in that class. And believe me when I tell... What the heck? Believe me when I tell you that there are super saloons in this game that are better than this M4 comp. There truly are. There's a lot of really good super saloons in this game. Most of them are not exclusive, honestly. Some of them are. There are actually some really good exclusives. But you can see these top two guys just destroyed me. This guy almost... He's almost got me. We got the pedestal at least there. But, I feel like the M4, just in comparison to the M2 alone, just doesn't quite have the punch. The M2... Like I shared in my video from a couple weeks ago or a week ago, whatever it was, probably a couple weeks. It's just so good. And I usually prefer these BMWs for street racing, if I'm being honest too, compared to road racing. There's something about that street racing, which you guys know I prefer, but also BMW M4, like it's a street car, right? So I would usually take it to a street race, which we'll do one more. We'll take it to a street race and we'll see what happens. Based on what you just saw, how do you guys feel about the M4 comp? I think... Again, though, I'd go M2 over this one. We'll drive the M3 soon, but we'll take this out to a street race and we'll see how it fares, too. Let's go... Cannon Run? Why not? We're close to there. We'll take it out to Cannon Run. And let's see how she does in the street racing environment. Again, unbeatable drivatars. Let me know in the comments, too, live chat right now, what difficulty drivatars do you play on? Do you use unbeatable? Do you use highly skilled? Are you still on an average or tourist or something? What do you guys use for your base setting when you're racing in the game? Because I switch it around. I usually am ranging in like the experts to pro range. I just feel like that's usually going to be the best balance overall when you're trying to drive clean, that is. Because when you don't drive clean, the drivatars can block you and take you out, and then the guys in the front you're just never going to catch. So sometimes it's better that way, but this is going to be interesting because it'll be nighttime and there will be traffic, and I don't think you guys have seen this green paint shine during the nighttime yet, so let's see what this looks like, and we'll stick again with this M4 here. I just don't like the BMW like digital clusters, because I've seen this car in person. They are beautiful. The M3 and the M4, like exterior design, I love them. But the inside, I just don't really feel it. I just do not really feel it. And I see a lot of people between highly skilled and pro, so like expert range and stuff like that. That's I think it's the best, because when you're on unbeatable, again, some of the drivatars, like I don't know if you've noticed, but drivatars in this game, they just like truly cannot be catchable sometimes. They just like, they have like speed hacks, like literally. I remember there was a post somewhere from Forza, they literally had speed hacks or something like that. So it's pretty interesting. But all right, let's see how we do here. Let's see how we do. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody's at a different, you know, skill level. Like, you should be setting your difficulty so that you're able to consistently, not every race, but consistently get pedestal. Because if you can't get even into the top 3, you're just playing on too hard of a difficulty. Like, you gotta learn the game. You gotta learn how to build your cars. There's a lot that goes into it. And, you know, some people, I feel like especially on PlayStation, you guys have been watching people like myself and others who have been playing this game for 3.5 years, been playing Forza for like 15 years, you know, so it's an adjustment. And if you have never played a racing game before, definitely a huge adjustment. But you know, if you have, I would imagine that if you played something like Gran Turismo, it wouldn't be too brutal. Oh, come on. Of course I hit the traffic car, boys. See, sometimes literally that one mistake like that will cost you a race, like against unbeatable drivatars. Like, you just will not be able to catch the guy in first because of stuff like that. Now, so far, kind of cut that guy into that traffic car. I think this thing does feel a little smoother on the street, a little more consistent. We're also catching these drivatars a lot quicker, but I don't notice a huge difference in feel with this car, though. If anything, it's just a little bit easier to just whip left and then right, you know, just kind of that left to right motion. Feels a little bit more planted, I guess we could say. Again, I'm trying to get these guys clean. I don't like to take down drivatars unless I have to, which in the trial I have to every week, but I like to try and race them clean. It's not really fun to me to T-bone the drivatars on each corner to get in front of them. Like, it just doesn't really prove anything to me. I just want to actually be able to take them legitimately, you know? Just outmaneuver them, out-handle them, out-accelerate them like that. That little cutoff move right there. See, that felt good. I'm going to get... Oh my goodness, he tried to get in front of me and he ended up right in the truck. Alright, can I catch this guy? I think that's a Jaguar, which Jaguars do have top end, so this is going to be interesting. We're trying to get first place here. We're already in a better position than we were on the road. So that's a good thing. This guy's really moving, though. I got to try and draft him, and then I'm going to try to get him on this final bend. If he breaks at all, I might have a chance, but I don't think I'm going to get him. He's moving. I mean, this guy's moving. Alright, there's the brake. I'm full sending it. Oh, another brake. Oh, another brake. Do we have enough? Do we have enough? Come on! Come on! Boom! They better give me that, boys. Come on. Woohoo! We did it, boys. We did it. And that right there, I've said it so many times. That's why you never give up in a race. Never, ever. You just don't do it. You don't ever do it, boys. You just don't do it. But that was good. That was good right there. I gotta say, you don't have too many like photo finish races with drivatars. That does not happen often. We've seen that many times when we play online in trials or seasonal championships or whatever. But that was pretty fun. So I think right there, we got to give it to the street racing. Which it makes sense. Again, the BMW M4 you should be using on street racing. We should not be getting white screens of injustice. That's not very nice. Yo, the Gremlin. That's a nice car. I already got one of them though. We'll send it out to a new player. Enjoy. Enjoy indeed. I gotta get my chat back in order here now though, so I can actually see you guys. Where are we at here? 22 minutes left on that super chat goal, boys. I don't want to have to hit the add button. Don't make me do it. The poll got really close. The Nissan Z has come out of nowhere. Yo, if you have not voted on the live stream poll, vote, because we're at 29%, 28%, and 27%. That's actually pretty wild. Also, you guys are really slacking. Please smash that like button to support the stream. Let that YouTube algorithm kick in, spread the stream around to other people that are looking for some tips for the backstage. But, again, just a beautiful car. I like this thing a lot. I don't use it a ton because it's just not my top... I don't even think it's top 3 for me in terms of BMWs in general. But... you can't take away from its beauty. If you like a cruise car, I think faux show. And Draco's like, the heck with you, CP. We don't want those ads. Thank you so much, Mr. Draco. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it indeed. Alright. Wow, the Nissan Z has taken over. The Nissan Z has taken down the McLaren 765 LT. So, next car we'll look at. The Nissan Z 2023. This is one I did not talk about in my recent video. It was in my mind, though, as like an option, and I like this one a lot. Now, this one, again, I think you can use for road or street. I'd say it's more of a street car, but it's really good for road, too, and I'm going to try and show that off. But I think I have two builds for this car, and I think I have two different colors. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the interior... well, we can look at mine because it's yellow. I don't remember if it's not like the Porsche, I don't think, where the interior will change with whatever OEM color you go with. And I don't think there's really any customization, but just a reminder, like, you know, the interior trim on these cars will actually change, the 2021 and then also the 2023, which is pretty cool. But if we go to the Nissan Z, yeah, it's still yellow on the inside. So we got a couple different versions of this bad boy. We also have the 2024 Nismo Z. I forgot about that one. So I got a few of these. I guess we'll go with the yellow one first. Show this one off, and we'll take a look at the car mastery for it again. This is built for the top of A-Class, and again, same rule applies, boys. No engine swaps, no drivetrain swaps, and no Forza Aero. First thing that I gotta say, I love the interior on these. Although it's digital, they did a really good job. And they do have some, I think those are analog, the top gauges in the middle there, but this is definitely digital, but it actually looks good. See, that's my problem, is a lot of these companies, the digital clusters that they're making, they're just not the same. They just don't look good. Like, they just look too, they're either like a big screen that goes all the way across, or just the screen doesn't look good, whatever the case may be. I'm just not a fan of most of them, but this one I do like. I saw one of these in person, a blue one with blue Alcantara interior. It is, like, amazing, honestly. It is really nice. These things in person look way better than I think they do even in game. So, is that like chrome on the side trim there? I didn't even notice that before. Wonder if there's a way to paint that or not. But again, another beautiful car. This is in the, I think this is a different category, right? Modern sports cars. But there's a lot of good modern sports cars. So it'll be tough to put this thing up against some of these other cars. But let's just go to the garage real quick. If I remember correctly, I don't think there's any customization. I don't even think you can remove that small little spoiler, which I could be wrong. So let's see here. Oh no, you can remove the spoiler. So there's that little lip spoiler. Ugh! Sorry, I don't want to make anybody throw up, but I have to pass that one to get to the, well, let me go the other way. So the no spoiler, I just feel like it looks like something's missing. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's an option at least, which is nice, because I do like when there's that option. Unfortunately, there's only the ugly Forza Aero, so that's why we stuck with the stock body. Car mastery. Oh my gosh, I don't have this one. What was I doing? This is why I don't like car masteries in this game, because I don't want to look at every single car every time I get into a car, every time I get into a duplicate of a car. Couple games ago, they just had one base car mastery. It was called a skill shop, and that was it. You didn't have to worry about going into every single car. I just think it's too much. It's too much. I miss simplicity, boys. You know, just the time where you can just get on the game and play and have a good time and not have to worry about so many different things. You know, I miss that, boys. I truly do. One quality of life improvement from Horizon 4, though, to Horizon 5. It was something I suggested a long time ago, was that we could just unlock every perk without having to click each individual one. Could you imagine we have to use to click each individual perk just to finish off a full car mastery tree? It was brutal, boys, brutal. I hated it so much. While we're in here real quick too, though, do want to show you the other OEM colors for this one, since we did stick with an OEM. I really like the blue, because again, I saw that in person. The only problem is, in this game, it does not change the interior to the blue, because again, I saw a blue one with this crispy blue Alcantara. And it was so nice, but I just feel like it looks weird because you can really see the yellow of the seats with the blue, and it just doesn't look right to me. And there's no advanced painting, so that little trim piece right here, I honestly don't know if that's chrome or silver or what, but I don't like the way that looks. I wish you could black that out. I think it would look a lot better. I don't know why I never even noticed that. I'm trying, you know, let me see real quick. I might be able to find the photo. Do I even have my phone with me? Yes, I do. I want to see if I can show you guys the photo real quick of this blue one that I seen, because it was something to behold, boys, the blue one of this. Let's see real quick. And again, we're looking at the 2023 Nissan Z in the backstage here. Where is she? I think I passed it. Did I pass it? I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to find Maybe not. No, you know what? I did not pass it. Gotta go further back in time though, boys. This was quite a long time ago. Was that I think it was a Philadelphia auto show, if I'm not mistaken. There it is, the 2023 Nissan Z. I'm trying to find this as quick as I can, because you know how it is. Oh, wait. We're close. I see a lot of blue cars, though. I got a Skyline. I got a C8. Here it is. I found it. I think you guys will be impressed. Let me... Do I have... Oh, my God. I have the picture of the interior, too. So this was from February of 2023. February of 2023. Guys, look at this interior. Look at this. It is so nice. It's really not good quality, obviously, coming through like this, but it looks so good with the blue. And I'll just show you the outside too. So it did have that chrome trim though. I'm seeing it in the photo. I did not notice that until now, but here's a picture of that blue that I got to see in person. It's stunning in person. It looks way better than what that, you know, comes through the screen looking like. But anyways, let's go drive the Nissan Z. And I think I remember the exact road race that I used this car on in the past. So we'll go to it if I remember. I think it was this one right here. I think it was the... Dude, there's way too many things right here. The Reservorio Sprint. I think it was this one right here. And really, you don't like this thing? I think it's really smooth. And we'll show it off right now. Same thing. This time it'll be against some modern sports cars. And I still can't believe the Z took over the poll. I mean, the 765 LT was off to a quick start. We got over 100 votes though, and the Nissan Z took over. So same thing, A-Class, unbeatable drivatars. This is going to be a very brutal race for me, I feel like, with the drivatars. Traffic off, clear conditions, and no musica. And again, there's a lot of good modern sports cars too. Like, at some point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to host some lobbies where we just have, you know, themed restrictions, which I've done in the past, like, you know, modern sports cars, super saloons, different things like that. And, you know, it's just very nice. It's very nice indeed. Oh, you don't like the Nismo Z? Gotcha. I don't even remember that one, to be honest. It's been so long. I forgot that car was even in the game because it's so similar to this one, you know? So similar to this one, but all right. By the way, 2 more smashes on that like button. We'll have 69, and we need 2 more super chats in 13 minutes. If you guys want to see no advertisements, but I feel like I should have driven my blue one, but it is what it is. So, unbeatable difficulty. The Nissan Z. Now, this is more to me of like a handling setup. It is rear-wheel drive again. Again, realistic builds only that I do. So, rear-wheel drive, stock engine. Oh God. No Forza Aero. But the thing is, I can maintain a lot of momentum through corners, which I think is why I like this race for this car. You can just really see that. I'm not going to need to brake at all unless a drivatar gets in my way through this section. And then coming up here, it's going to be interesting because I'm probably going to get dive bombed. That's usually what happens. Yep, see? Too predictable. Thanks, drivatars, for proving me right. Mr. Matthew, thank you for another super chat. We are now 1 away. Hit that pole. I should be able to get him on the inside here. Now, once we get through the handling sections here, I think it's where I'll really be able to showcase what this thing can do. All right, we're in the pedestal already, so that's good. And this just has such good grip though. Like you can, I think this is easier to drive than the BMW for sure. I think it's a little bit lighter. It's definitely got more grip. They both look really good. I think probably you'd take the BMW look in the looks department just by a little bit. And I mean a little bit, because the Z is really stunning. And I feel like until you see them both in person too, you might not appreciate them. Both of them, honestly. But these, I'll tell you what, these first 2 drivatars today. These unbeatable drivatars, man, they something. Oh, they something. Again, trying to catch them clean without T-boning them, you know? And every single one of them got these ugly wangs on. It's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable, I tell you. We're handling just as good as they are, if not better. Try and get this guy right here. The inside perfect. Alright, one guy to beat, 15% left. This is going to be close. Do you think I can get him? Do you think I can get him, boys? Woo! We got him! Another excellent race. Another pretty clean race, too, overall. Except for the guy dive bombing me right where I told you he would. Okay, okay. We got the road racing dub. We'll go over to street racing now. And I disagree, Bing. I don't think, I mean, certain cars, it can. But I don't use it on any of mine, and you see what I can do out here. I mean, I drive stock. Go look at the monthly rivals, you know, with no Forza Aero. I don't need Aero to be able to drive cars. Nobody does. It's all a mental thing, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, damn. Nah, I need that. I have to have it. It must give more grip. It must make me handle better. People don't, I don't even think some people, like, try to use cars without the Forza Aero. That's the sad part. Like, just... They don't understand, like, the unique feelings of each car. Not all-wheel drive swapping everything. Not V12 swapping everything. Not Forza Aeroing everything. Like, I just try and promote the variety. And promote just, you know, uniqueness and everything. Because it's what, like, it's what's kept the game fun for me. I've built so many cars in this game. And they all feel different because I use realistic style building. And... it works though too. That's the beautiful thing about this game is they made it so whether rear wheel drive, front wheel drive, all wheel drive, like you can have fun. That's the wonderful thing about Horizon 5. They did it better in this game than any other Forza Horizon title. That's correct, Jose. Like I mentioned, no engine swaps, no drivetrain swaps, no Forza Aero, just like you saw at the Z here. But let's bring out the blue one to a street race. We'll go out to Highland Climb. Show off this one, and then I think I'll make a new poll then, because actually, you know, I'll end this poll. I'm gonna make a new one here in a second, but I'll bring out the M3 Coupe just to compare to the M2, which I showed in a video recently, and then the M4, which we already showed you here today. Which I think the M3 and M4 feel pretty similar. Like they're probably the two most similar cars you're gonna like drive in this game when they're different models. But all right, so let's go. Same thing, modern sports cars, A-class. Unbeatable drivatars. We'll do clear. We'll do evening, rewind off, traffic is on. Traffic always spices it up. That's why I prefer the street racing. Plus there's no walls to save the wall riders, you know. Street racing is great because if someone tries to wall ride, they just go flying off the course. But look at all the cars that I built, by the way, too. Just look. 1, 2, let's just go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I mean, you get the point. You know what I mean? Like, when you have so many different options, it's hard to get bored of the game, especially when they're all unique, feel different drivetrains, different engine sounds. I mean, to me, that all matters, you know? I feel like anybody that actually appreciates cars, that does matter. Guys, one more smash for that 69 spot. Let me see it. Let me see it for the blue Nismo. I don't think the wheels in that car that I saw in person were the bronze, but they do look pretty good too. You could definitely go black. Definitely could faux show, but all right. Here we go. And by the way, if you're going to use rear wheel drive, I really like launch control. It just kind of balances out rear wheel and front wheel with the all-wheel launch. Why'd you gotta hit me like that? Oh, look at that ugly wang. He still can't turn with it. I love the sound of this Nismo too, by the way. It just sounds so good. I gotta stop saying Nismo. It's the Nissan Z, but it sounds so good. Oh god, the Lotus. Come on, Lotus, move. I don't got time for your slow wang game. The heck with you. Look at that, I'm out turning a Lotus. A little feisty. So this setup's probably got a little more power than the other one, but for street racing, I think it makes sense. Still plenty of grip. I think the blue definitely looks better. Would you guys, anybody disagree that the blue looks better on the Nismo, or the Z, than the yellow? I think the blue definitely is so nice. Yeah, that has to, what? Stop smacking into me, dang damn it. It's about to compliment the S2K build because it didn't have a Forza Wang on it, but he had to hit into me. Just can't win today. I think that's a Lotus Amira in front of me. You can't tell because of the Wang, right? It just looks so ugly, but we're trying. We're trying. Skirt! Oh, oh! Oh! Damn. Now, if we were playing Forza Motorsport, or I'm sure Gran Turismo, I would have just died right there catching the grass like that, but thankfully there's some forgiveness in Horizon here. So you can get on the off-road a little bit there. This game is more forgiving if you ever go back and play, and I'm talking mainly to PlayStation 5 players, if you ever go back and play Forza Horizon 4, if you decide to get an Xbox, you're not going to be able to touch the grass as much as you can in this game. Like, Horizon 4's physics were probably the most realistic of any Forza Horizon. But I think the casual feel of this game is what makes it so fun, because it's just so smooth, you know, and it allows for a little bit of room for error. Unlike a Forza Motorsport or a Gran Turismo, or I'm sure some people get into, like, Assetto Corsa and stuff like that. Like, I love and prefer open world arcade racers by far over any type of, you know, more sim style racers. But the reason I like Forza Horizon the best is just because they got it to a point where it is arcade and it is, you know, so smooth, but it still has realistic elements to it. You know what I mean? Like, you will lose grip if you're on the gas too much. You feel the weight of your car going around corners. Like, it's incredible, honestly, what they can do, especially through a controller, the way that they can get this stuff to actually feel through a controller. But I think that setup on street, really good right there. Really good faux show. Well, the difference between the Nismo and the Z is just very minor things from what I remember. I don't want to say any wrong information, but I'd imagine the weight's a little bit different, and I think the power numbers are a little bit different, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't remember, because I just haven't spent much time with that Nismo Z. But what I do remember feeling like is that it was like kind of like, all right, we already had the Nismo, like we really didn't need the Nismo Z, you know. But hey, I liked that about Horizon 4 though. I thought that was a cool like element to it, you know. But there's the blue with the gold wheels. I think it looks stunning, absolutely stunning. But all right, so time to make a new poll, boys. Time to make a new poll. Let's see here. And actually, real quick too, let me just look at my Nissan Z real quick compared to the Nismo. Just to answer that, maybe I can answer that question better just based on what I see here. So it looks like the Nismo Z is a little bit heavier, but it does have more power and more torque. So it probably feels very similar. It's not in the Backstage currently, so we're not going to look at that one today, but is another car you're definitely going to want to get your hands on. But what's up, DG? Welcome to the stream. All right, so oh yeah, I do want to bring out the M3 yet, so that's what I'm going to do next, just to compare it to the M4. But let me get a poll going here in the meantime. And by the way, guys, thank you for finishing up that super chat goal. You will not be seeing any advertisements, and I feel like I might have missed the last one from Matthew, but don't worry, I dropped the hearts on those now. What's up, Larry? Nice to see you here too. Thank you so much for the member message. I know I missed that from a little earlier here. All right, so let me get another poll going here. What does chat want to see next? Let's see here. We'll keep scrolling along here. And again, I'm not taking any wheel spin cars. Yo, the W Motors Lycan Hypersport. That's a pretty fun one right there. Show that one off. That's a feisty one. You're going to need some skill to drive that one. Let's see. By the way, I know I'm wearing an Audi R8 shirt. If I need to remind you, though, don't buy it from the Backstage, boys. Don't do it, okay? Just please don't do it. It's a wheel spin car. You're going to get it easily. All right, we got to throw the Dark Horse in here. I see people talk about this all the time. Now, I do see people making drag builds for it. You guys know me. I do not care for drag racing, so you're going to see a street setup for that if we go there. Alfa Romeo 4C. That's a nice one. I like that car a lot. What else we got? You know what? Nismo GTR. Another very nice one right there. And I don't believe I included any of those in my video. So yeah, that's a perfect poll. Let's see what people will want to see next. In the meantime, though, we're going to get into my M3 comp and see how I feel about it compared to the M4. I'm thinking that I'm still going to like the M2 the best overall. Dude, I'm still so upset that the M5 CS has not come back for you guys, because that's another one that I'd put above the M3 and the M4 for sure. But yeah, I think I did put the Isle of Man green. Now, of course, the main difference between the M4 and the M3, of course, is 2 doors versus 4 doors. So this is going to be the 4-door coupe. And I believe same thing goes with the customization. Very similar stuff. We'll take it out to a street race. We'll see how I feel. We're just going to do one race while you guys are getting that poll in there. And, you know what? For fun, Let's do the marathon. See how many points we get here for. And the Crazy Hippo, I just kind of wanted to get to a certain number, and I was jokingly thinking 69, but I think I'm going to try and get to like 100, and then I'm going to start spending them on just selling cars out that are empty in the auction house to help people get cars they're missing. That's kind of my plan with the Backstage, because the thing is too with PS5 players, like, you guys will never be able to have as many passes as there are cars in the Backstage. So at some point that was my reason for saving, is I already owned all the cars from getting them from the festival playlist. I don't need the Backstage, but I wanted to make sure I saved them and still earn the Backstage passes so I could help other people out at some point. So alright, we're definitely doing Unbeatable again. We're gonna do, it is a Super Saloon again, of course, which that's kind of my thing. There's so many better Super Saloons than the M3 and the M4, but we'll do, you know, we'll do clear post rain. We'll add a little bit of an element to it too. Actually, I'm not going to do that, so I can actually truly show off the car, because the rain will affect the car for sure. We'll do rewind off, traffic on, no musica. We'll see how we feel about this one. M3 time, boys. M3 time. No, you can definitely sell your cars that you get with Backstage passes. The thing is, you will not be able to buy another of that same car from the Backstage with a pass if you already spent a pass on one. So to sell it for credits makes no sense, because then if you ever want that car again, or you actually want to care about the cars in this game and driving the cars and not just the credits number at the top of your screen that makes no sense to even care about, because this isn't a money-making simulator. This isn't an auction house simulator. I mean, heck, you know, you guys do you play the game the way you want to play, but I just don't understand why people care more about credits than they do the actual cars. I might never understand it. I have tried to get through to some people, but some people just don't seem to actually care about the cars and like racing and stuff. I don't get it. I truly don't. And please elaborate for me in the comments, you know, if you have some valid reasoning for me. I would love to hear it. And we'll put another super chat goal out there. And by the way, guys, if we get to 100 smashes on that like button before the end of this stream, that would be fantastic. But M3 time. Let's see how we do here. Dirty who? Better not be a dirty driver. Dirty D. What? Yeah, so this is my BMW Isle of Man on the M3, which might even look better than the M4, to be honest. What the heck's going on here? What's going on here? Stop it! Stop it! Forcing me off the road almost. Swear, oh god. Alright, a little bit bumpy when you hit a curb. Something to keep in mind. Oh my god. Drivatars are loose cannons right now, boys. Whoa, traffic again. Oh god. What are we over braking for? Then see that Dravatar in first is like way ahead now. But this green looks so good on this car too. Just something about it. I feel like this car feels a little bit more powerful than the M4. Oh, come on, Audi. Trying to block me. It just feels a little bit, it has more punch. I think I might like this more than the M4 so far. We'll see once we get into it's a little more skittish, it seems like. It could just be my setup from the other one, but similar customization though. Same type of spoiler, same type of rear bumper. It's the BMW M performance parts, of course. And now we're going through the city. And I got some itchiness going on. One-handed driving for a second. This is the marathon, by the way. If you want to do a race that'll give you some credits, that's, you know, actually fun. Marathon's good. Colossus, Goliath, those types of races. All the final races, pretty much. Oh, God. Still very good grip, even in these sections, too, honestly. This thing feels real nice. I can barely see, though. It's, like, so bright coming out of these tunnels. This thing sounds good, too. Sounds really good. To me, it seems like it sounds better than the M4. I thought they sounded very similar, but a little bit of wheel spin coming out of first and second, because the first couple gears in this thing, and I talked about how I only do realistic builds if you're just tuning in, so no engine swaps, no drivetrain swaps, no Forza Aero. I do try to keep stock transmission gear ratios, because I think that's something, it's a cool, unique element about cars too, especially when you get something that has like a 3-speed or a 4-speed or whatever. But some cars are like so bad, and they have like, you know, we joke about gas mileage gears because the gears are just so long and sluggish and slow. My God, stupid Van Dang, damn it. So, you know, sometimes it's just not possible, I'd say, but I try. And, you know, this car I think is partially an example. I've probably adjusted some stuff, but The bottom couple gears are definitely similar to stock, and that's another thing that makes cars feel unique, though. Something that I appreciate. The race transmission I definitely run on a lot of my cars. And I feel like if I was ever to make like a tuning guide, which I probably wouldn't do till the next Forza title, just because I feel like this game's been out so long and there's already guides out there, but I'd probably cover tuning the gears just because it's something that I feel like is actually simple to understand once it's like explained and once you kind of just like know what's going on with it a little bit, but it makes a big difference sometimes too with certain cars. It really can. It never hurts to have a good gear ratio set up because it can make your car go from, you know, just feeling really sluggish and slow to just actually feeling like it's putting down the power pretty smoothly and consistently from gear to gear. And another thing too is just even the launch. Like sometimes your launch can be the difference in a race. You know those really close races? God, he slowed down a little bit. I think we just have an Audi in front of us. There's a lot of Audis that I like in this game, and a lot of them are exclusive. But you know, a lot of them aren't in the Backstage. Some of them are. Some have been in the playlist recently too. Yeah, it definitely depends on the car CP. There have been times where I've tested the stock transmission versus like a tuned race, and sometimes, believe it or not, I can get the stock to run a little bit faster just because it'll launch better. It'll just hold power. I just don't understand why I get swerved into all the time, boys. You know, these drivatars learn from human players, so I guess I do understand it. I just don't want to admit that sometimes. Oh yeah, dude, the Audis are beautiful cars. Like, if you had to pick a German manufacturer, you know, just like a daily driver type German manufacturer, I think a lot of people would end up taking Audi. But I'm curious, what's going on at the polls so far? The Nissan GTR Nismo. Yeah, that is another thing too, for sure. It can depend how much PI you have to work with the car, because sometimes a race transmission can take up a lot of PI, and if the stock one's pretty good, you know, you might just want to not do that. Put the upgrades into some power or something, and that can actually be the difference that's better sometimes. So alright, we got the lead, boys. 50%. We're running the marathon with the M3. See if I have enough top speed to hit the highway here. Usually I don't do races that we have straightaways like this, you know. So we got the 8 speed. Okay. As long as your top speed's close to 200 in A-Class, I think you'll be good to go. Hopefully mine will get around there. I definitely don't have a ton of top end here, though, because we're definitely peaking. I don't remember if this has an 8 speed or a 9 speed or a 10 speed, but I'm not shifting until I need to. We're not even going to need it. We didn't even get up to 190. This thing feels really good, though. I mean, I really like the feel of this car. I think I will solidify that I like the M3 better than the M4 comp, if you're choosing in the Backstage. But again, I still think I'd take the M2 over both of them. It's going on slowly. You want me to race against Ramdums? I mean, I gotta check my messages, see if we got any trial messages or seasonal championship messages or anything. So like I said, if I got a full team of viewers, I would be happy to run something like that. I'd rather not get smacked around by Ramdums, you know. Unless it's for a good cause. Getting points in the playlist. Oh god. Screen really is striking though, huh? I take back what I said about not understanding how I got 79,000 downloads. Do you see it, boys? Do you see it? Plus, like, again, every lighting, just, it looks so good. Uh-oh, gotta be careful here, boys. Damn, those two drivatars are still right on me. Hairpins like that and elevation changes can still make this car feel a little feisty. Otherwise, though, it's pretty smooth. Very smooth. Oh god, no, 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 oh my god! We barely saved it, boys. Whew. What? The truck just parked? I don't think I've ever seen that before. A truck just parked on the side? What? Huh. Oh yeah, you don't need 200 on most races. I'm saying for this this street race right here, though, the marathon, because there's a lot of oh no, ouch! There's a lot of top end sections on this race, so getting up towards 200 can be very helpful. But yeah, for your average just sprint races and street races, just the normal 2 to 3 minute ones, yeah, 180 is plenty for sure. White screen of injustice got me again, boys. Can you believe it? It struck again. There's a nice view of that green. Just love all the different reflections. Again, though, I think this is a pretty slow Super Saloon. It feels good, but it's just not on par with some of the other cars in the Super Saloon category. But it is beautiful. We cannot argue with that. I mean, it's just a beautiful car. Every angle. BMW did a hell of a job with them. I know some people don't like the hood or the grills. And of course, I don't like the digital clusters on the inside, but it's still a beautiful car. Still a really nice car. So I'd go M2, M3, M4 in that order with the exclusive BMWs in the backstage. That'd be my top 3 list for them. Faux show. I usually do prefer just a stock OEM color because, again, we're playing a street racing game, street cars and stuff. For the most part, you're not going to be seeing the crazy liveries. It's more of a track thing, but there are, of course, some cars, that we have nice liveries on. And you think even the headlight design and taillight design and the spoilers and the wheels and stuff, I think it all looks really nice. Now, I can understand, again, the grille and stuff like that, but I think the body lines and everything, I mean, again, I've seen these in person multiple times. They strike me every time. They really stand out to me. I'm surprised, but again, like you said, to each their own. Everybody's definitely got different taste. For sure. Hey, what can I say? I'm lucky I didn't fall off that bridge for sure. You like Mercedes-Benz better than Beamers? There are some really nice Mercedes-Benz in this game too. I would definitely put Audi above them still, but... Alright, next up. I gave you guys some pretty good ones there, huh? The Nissan GTR beat out the Dark Horse by 4% of the votes. So next up, we're going to take a peek at the Nissan GTR Nismo. And this one... we're lucky we even have in the backstage. If you remember, some of the people that have been playing this game for a while, they literally put the 4C, funny enough, I put the 4C and the GTR Nismo in the same poll, but both of them got added at the same time because of a mistake from the Forza team or a glitch or a bug or something. They basically added them in as a bonus to say sorry. Dude, the taillights on these things just look so cool. It's so simple, but just like a Corvette, they just look so good. And it just works, But this thing does have a wide body, which I'll show you guys here in a second. And in case you're wondering what we're talking about now, another backstage car here, the Nissan GTR Nismo. And again, there's the 4C, March 12th, my father's birthday. I forgot about that. So, really nice car. Fantastic in S1. You could go circuit, you could go street, probably go road too, but again, I just see a GTR as a street car. Now, car mastery. I got them all this time. Look at that. So 10 road races, 25% bonus, 9,000 XP, 100,000 credits, a wheel spin, and also 10 Forza-thon points. You got some good stuff going on there. Let's go look at this wide body real quick. In YouTube, we're not doing no advertisements. The super chat goal already hit. We good to go. But all right. So, well, could go to the body kit preset. You got the charge speed set up here, which does have that carbon fiber hood, which I think some people could get down with. I'm not a huge fan of these wheels in particular, but that hood looks really good. Is that hood not available just with, I don't even remember. Let's look real quick. So you got the wide body here first. Let's start with that. And Yeah, DG, I try and keep them at 0, actually. I don't know why you're saying only 343. Some people probably have like less than 100. But I spent them all down to 0, then they've been stacking up. I try and keep them at 0 just because there's no reason to have them sitting there. But let me just get my face out of here real quick so you can see this. And let me try and get it to a perspective where you can see pretty much the whole car. But by the way, this thing looks absolutely phenomenal without the wide body. I do want to point that out. And I also, one thing I hate, it was similar to the Toyota Camry, which I had in a recent video, where the wide body actually removes that red line at the bottom, which I think is just a nice touch. It kind of makes it feel like the Nismo. So you can definitely build this car without the wide body. And as you can see, this stock kit, it has some really nice components too. It's got some vents here on the rear bumper. It's got, what was I looking at? Oh, the, no. Trying to zoom in. The vents here on the front fender here. I was just looking too to see if this was unique. It does change the, it doesn't, yeah, it just seems like it changed the brightness of the GTR logo on the side vent there. It's kind of interesting. The wide body's got a vent too, but I really like the stock body on this thing too. But I just wanted to point that out, the fact that you can go either. But the wide body feel is just really good to me. That's why I went with it. Also, actually, one more thing back to this. So look at the exhausts. I think that's a pretty significant difference there, and just the aggressiveness of the back. And I thought the blacked out GTR just look just went really hard too, so that's why I went with this setup here. But again, no drivetrain swaps, no engine swaps. I love when cars don't have engine swaps. I think that's always very helpful, but you can remove those from the roof if you want to. I just thought they kind of went with the look here. You can also go with the little duck bill. Ew! And then, I don't really like that one. You guys know I don't like big wangs. I know some people are going to go heavy on that one, but I prefer the not big wang. I like the stock wang on here. And just see here too. So actually, okay, so you can put this on. I didn't even realize. The only thing is I don't know if you can paint the hood because it's carbon fiber. I'm usually not huge on having a carbon fiber hood. I just feel like it kind of ruins the look in my personal opinion. But of course, again, everybody's got different taste and everything. Let's just say I put that on though, right? Let's see if we could go paint it. Because I don't think you can, but we'll test it real quick. It's not really going to change my setup here too much. Actually, we'll reduce a little bit of weight. If I can paint it, I'll keep it. Because I actually think it looks really good. I like it, aside from it being carbon fiber. But let's see. Let's see, boys. By the way, too, just to show it real quick. All the extra vents and everything. Looks like a Midnight Club Los Angeles kind of customization for sure. You guys know one of my old classic favorites. But can we paint the hood? Boo! Why though? It's got to be something with licensing, I guess. But it does have a carbon fiber roof too with this kit, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So, you know, it kind of goes. You got the spoiler, you got that. We'll just leave it on. We'll go drive it with that on because I'm sure some people are going to want to see what it looks like with that. I wish, though, I could make the whole car carbon fiber, I guess, but I do wish that you could paint that. There's just no reason that we shouldn't be able to paint that, right? But anywho, let's go drive this bad boy. Show it off a little bit here. There it is on the wide. Such an aggressive looking car. Lots of customization to it, which I know people love, but I usually prefer it on street racing, which we will take it out to, but I'm also going to bring it to a circuit first, just to kind of show what it can do on a circuit. And let's do, I feel like the Plaza circuit would be perfect for this. Something that's a little bit bigger. It's got a lot of space and everything, but oh yeah, I like the stock Nismo, like body kit for sure. I probably should make another build with that because I don't even think I have one currently, at least not on my setups. I don't know if I have one saved somewhere, but we'll see. But anywho, let's get out here. This was surprisingly voted ahead of the Dark Horse, which the Dark Horse is catching up though in the poll. It's only 1% behind, so if the Dark Horse takes over the GTR, we'll look at that one next. But alright, so we're in a track toy now, so we've been looking at some different car categories too here today so far, which is cool. But we got unbeatable. We'll do the clear again. We'll do morning. Everything else should be good. Rewind off. I try not to use rewind, so we usually turn that off, but no musica. Let's full send the Nismo GTR. Now, how many people own these cars that we've talked about here today so far, and how many people don't own them yet? And if you do own them, what's your favorite one of the ones I've showed so far? Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know. I don't really like the ducktail too much. Like, I just love the stock Wang. That's what it comes down to. I think it's my favorite out of all of them by far. So, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. What are you missing, DG? Here we go. Yo, chill, bruh. Ew, more ugly Wangs. More ugly Wangs, I tell ya. Try not to hit them. Ah. They're getting in my way, boys. They're getting in my way, I tell ya. But really good grip, really smooth handling, and although it looks really big and heavy, it feels much better than it looks. And you'll probably notice that I continue to go around this course, and once I get a little more room to work with, it just feels so smooth. Really good brakes, too. And doesn't it just look so sexy, though? I mean, just look at it, boys. Oh, I got the Exorcist. We got him on the inside. The heck with him. Damn, I still got 4 guys to catch. Plenty of time, though. Long circuit race here. I'm more of a sprint and street racer, if you guys haven't figured out, too. I don't really do circuit racing too much. But this car just handles really good. Woo! Got him. Oh, an RCF. Oh, with the Wang, though. Why? RCF has a beautiful stock Wang. Unacceptable. Oh, the OPI. Alright, we got a Maserati and a BAC in front of us yet. One track car and one street car. They're moving. Gotta give them due props. These guys are going. We're starting to reel them, though. There we go. Got him clean, too. Now we're down to the Maserati. Woo! He didn't trust it. By the way, interior on this thing is super nice. The old school analog. Whoa. Messed me up being in different cameras. I was literally about to hit that wall. I was real close. But yeah, if I haven't mentioned yet, highly recommend this one from the Backstage. Absolutely. This one was 1 or 2 choices outside of my video that I made talking about, you know, what I thought the best cars in the Backstage were, because this thing is just so smooth and so nice. And people love GTRs, right? What's better than the Nismo version? We're going to bring it out to a street race next, too. I want to show you guys it in street mode. Street sprint mode. Whoa. You know, it's funny is back to that OPI. I heard so many different reasonings that people came up with to actually buy the nail polish to get the car. So funny, man. Absolutely so funny. Thank you, Mr. Sermano. Appreciate you, good sir. Hope you get that PC back up and running soon. That's got to be a pain. Every time that technology doesn't work for me, I get so upset. It's like, I just want to be able to play or do whatever I'm trying to do, man. Why does it got to be like this? Alright. One more race with the GTR. And looks like, wow, the Dark Horse has now tied the GTR. Guess we'll have to bring out the Dark Horse next. Which we got a beautiful Stevio livery for, but first we got to do a street race. Let's see. Oh, tunnel run? Do we want to see tunnel run? I feel like we should do tunnel run. Everybody hates tunnel run. We're doing tunnel run, boys. Now we're bringing out the Dark Horse. Bringing out that Dark Horse. Same thing here. I gotta look too to see if I have another setup for this car or not. I don't think that I do, but I will check quick. And this is a really good car in this category too for the track toys, because the track toys, a lot of them are circuit based. So if you bring this thing out to street racing, I think that's where it kind of shines. It kind of stands out a little bit. What's up, Tomas? Welcome to the stream. This is going to be brutal on tunnel run though, but it's fine because I love tunnel run. I love it because everyone else hates it. Somebody's got to love it, right? All right, let's see here. So we have obviously that one that we're driving. I don't think that yeah, the Exorcist. There's some really good cars in this category. Nah, I didn't have another one. So we will go with it. The same one, boys. The same old one here. Hell yeah, Christopher. Nismo GTR, baby. And Amir, see, the best tip of advice that I have for you is just stop wasting your time, man. I mean, all these cars, I tell people over and over, they're coming back in the festival playlist. They're gonna get added to the backstage. Just like, there's 900 cars in this game. Please build them, race them, cruise around in them, unlock them for free. Stop wasting your time getting annoyed with the auction house. Because, like what you said, platform matters. So some platforms are slower than others. Internet matters. Not everybody has fast internet. Those are the two biggest factors with auction house sniping. And the thing is, if you can't control those factors, there's nothing else that's going to help you. People come up with these placebo effects like, oh, they think this helps or that helps, whatever. Like, I literally don't do anything except just play normally when I'm in the auction house and I get cars. So internet, check for me, good. And Series X, check, good speeds and everything. So it is what it is. And yo, Amir, the E63S, the Brabus, is a wheel spin car. Keep playing the game, keep getting more wheel spins as you rank up. You're gonna get it in a wheel spin eventually. That is the best way to get that car. It's actually something I've wanted to talk about because I see so many people talking about that E63. Really good car. If I have an extra one, actually, I'll auction it. I don't know if I do or not, but if I do, I will auction it. If you remind me after this race, though, because I'm gonna forget. This is about to be a lot of mayhem here. Yeah, that Exorcist literally cannot hang. Oh gosh, it's like post-rain conditions too. That's okay though, because we got all-wheel drive. Nismo GTR. Stock all-wheel drive, stock engine. There's no swaps, thankfully, for this car, because anyone that swaps this out of here, I don't even think you should be playing Forza, but got the wide body on here, and man, does it rip. And it sounds amazing too. I mean, is there any boxes that this car does not check? I don't think I found any. So smooth, even in the post-rain. We're gonna get this Maserati right here. Got him on the inside, boys. Oh, that got us around that truck too. We got a Viper and a Ferrari, it looks like, yet. Come on, GTR. Come on, Godzilla. Get out of here, Viper. Get out of here. They discontinued you for a reason. Oh, damn, we got discontinued right into that traffic car. By the way, I love the Dodge Viper. I'm not hating at all. Oh my goodness. No! We got stuck on that stupid wall of injustice. Oh my god, I hate that spot so much. Damn, I just got canceled for trying to cancel the Viper. That disrespect wasn't taken well by Forza. F. Well, you know, we were getting first place had that not happened. I turned rewind off, so... See, that's why I turned rewind off, though, because then you learn from your mistakes, right? If you do that, and then you hit rewind, then it's like, alright, well, it never happened, then you're just gonna do it again. Can't always hit rewind online, you know? I take it like a man, boys. I take the L's like a man. Especially those Fs that I'm seeing in chat. I knew those were coming. God dang it. Can I try and get back here a little bit? Just give me one position back, something. God, it's slippery in this section. Wet cobblestones, dang damn it. Skirt! Oh, what a juke. Yo, you gotta give me due props. That's gotta be a dub right there. Come on, come on, come on. One more, one more. Oh, so close, boy, so close. Dang it, man, dang it. Good recovery, though. That one Schwip, though, that I passed that one guy, that was pretty good. It's pretty clutch. I would have had first. The heck with that wall. I dissolved it. I did dissolve it. I didn't mean to disrespect Viper, please. I got plenty of Viper setups, alright? Damn it. Alright, yo, we got 1 minute and 25 seconds left in that super chat goal. It just takes one to get it done. In the meantime, it's time to swap to our next backstage car, though. Chat voted the Dark Horse up to the top here. So, the Dark Horse I love. Now, if you're looking for a drag racing setup or something like that, the heck with you. Drag racing is boring. I'm not sharing that because I don't have that. But I do got a nice street setup. Whoa, 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 no, 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 we ain't buying nothing. We saving our backstage pass. I got to see that number say 100. I need to see what triple digits looks like there in the Horizon backstage. But I do have a beautiful livery that's not mine, though. And it's not an OEM paint, but it's a Stevio livery. Where am I going? A Ford F at the top. I guess I still got the Fs in the chat. Anywho, though, we got our Go Birds 24 Mustang GT, but we got the Dark Horse, boys. We got our beautiful Dark Horse here. Now, this thing was from 90,000 subscribers. Do you realize that that was basically 20,000 subscribers ago? Guys, we're almost at 110,000 subscribers. This was from 90K, if you remember when this released. But it is a beautiful livery. Bunch of different themes that we put on here just to make it look just menacing. We got the team stuff on it, the subscriber stuff on it, the Dark Horse stuff, some Celine stuff. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Shout out to Eagles Rock for this one. But yeah, 76 is literally the most you can legitimately have for the backstage passes. Cause I've been playing all the way through, have not missed any. Got my backstage pass from the Forzathon shop every week, the free gifted ones, and then of course the ones you can get for 40 points. But the Dark Horse is gorgeous. I might prefer the 24 GT the way it drives in this game, but I do think the Dark Horse looks the best. Again, all my builds are realistic, so this is stock engine, rear-wheel drive, stock body. I don't remember if there's customization. We'll take a quick peek, and I do want to show you this paint anyways. Car Mastery. I do have it on here, and it's funny because there's the drag racing events bonus, so maybe that's why people got the idea for that, but this thing I will never see as a drag car. It's just not that, boys. It just ain't. It is in the backstage, though. I do recommend spending a pass on this one, and you're about to see why. Aside from the livery, it drives really nice, and I'm about to showcase that. But before we go out there, I just wanted to see if there is any customization, because I don't think there is. But look at the livery first, boys. I mean, just look. The only thing I hate is that you can't paint the calipers to change that color, so it kind of messed up the theme a little bit. But the carbon fiber wheels, Stevio livery all over this thing. It's just a menacing looking car. And real quick, let's see. I want to look at that. Custom upgrades. Is there anything? I don't think there is. Nope, just the ugly Forza arrow that is the... Oh, no, there is. I forgot. See, I'm glad I looked. The APR performance spoilers. So the reason I did not put these on is because the front arrow won't be tunable unless you put on the front Forza arrow, which I do not like on this car at all. I would never use this big wang because it just looks ugly as a street car. Now, this one I would use, again, if the front arrow looked good, but there's just no reason to, and you guys are going to see the stock wang looks really good. It just makes the car, in my opinion, and you're going to see how well it drives with this. You can also never put this on, but you can also remove the spoiler if you want to, and you can see the Dark Horse on the trunk there, but I don't think these newer Mustangs look good without a spoiler. I think you need this spoiler for it to actually look really nice. Now, again, everyone's got different tastes. That's just my opinion, but you guys can let me know how you feel. Let's go full send it. And I think I'm only going to do a street race with this one, because this is a straight up street car right here. Straight up street car right here. Dark Horse Mustang. Do I want to take it out to the marathon again? I could. I'll do something else, though. Where should we go? What's a good street race for this? Something fun, something that's decent. Yeah, let's go to, actually, Let's do... no, we're going to do wetland charge. I think this will be fun. We're going to hope that it's not wet on the streets, though, because wet with a Mustang, no bueno. No bueno at all. Let's see. So, we'll go modern muscle this time. Another car category, which again, there's a lot of good modern muscle cars in this game. I don't think the Dark Horse is the best one. I truly do not. Unbeatable though, faux show, clear conditions. We'll do nighttime. Traffic's always on to add a little spice, a little unpredictability. So I can drive into another one pretty much, because that's usually how it goes. And Dark Horse. Let's full send it, boys. Yeah, it's very similar though, you are correct. And Amir, when you say upgrades, do you mean like car customization? Or do you mean just like the upgrade, like engine and suspension and different things? Because customization, while I do understand where you're coming from, you gotta remember this game has 900 cars, right? If you play Need for Speed, you go back to Midnight Club LA, some of the games that had the best car customization, you don't have anywhere near 900 cars, and that's because that's just the balance of it. You either get a lot of cars with not as much customization, or you get less cars with more customization. I'd rather have more cars. I do agree though, if they can make it happen, more customization would be amazing. Not arguing that at all. But in terms of the upgrade system in this game, I think it's one of the best that they've ever done, just with classes and where you can build cars and the way you can build, again, each drivetrain, rear wheel, front wheel, all wheel. Like, to me, it's the best feel overall. But this Dark Horse, not sure where I put it in terms of modern muscle cars. I probably don't even know if I have this in my top 5, and that's not to say that it's not good. I just feel like other cars outperform it. And I do think that I will win this race. I have confidence in this Dark Horse, but there's just other cars that are faster and better, and these Dravitars are terrible, even though they're unbeatable. But see, the thing again with playing on unbeatable is it's so unpredictable, because there will sometimes be 1 or 2 or sometimes even 3 Dravitars that are just untouchable for no reason. Like, you're just not going to catch them. This time it's like, I'm going to catch these guys no problem. This does not even feel like unbeatable. And it's probably making the Dark Horse look a little bit better than it is. Now, again, it's not bad. I love this Dark Horse. Not hating on it at all. Not saying it's not a good car. I just think that there are other modern muscle cars that are better, and some of them aren't even exclusive. And again, that's why I think it'll be fun though. Like, at some point we're gonna do like, well, actually I don't even want to spoil the layout, but at some point we're gonna do little car division or car type battles, and it'll be open lobbies where viewers, you guys will be able to come in here and race with me and against me, and we'll do team racing and other things, but there'll be a nice little twist to it, something that we've never done before. So, well, yeah, but see, the anniversary edition Viper is an S1 class, so I'm talking A class. It is not the best A class modern muscle car, at least in my opinion. Now, some people, maybe it could be different, maybe you have a setup that's really good or something, but I have a lot of cars that I think would beat this any day of the week on street racing, which is of course where most modern muscle cars should be, is at streets. Now the classic muscles, I could see those being some at drag racing more, but oh dude, 900 cars is insane actually. Oh god, I did not hit that car. I didn't hit it. Apparently I did, but I didn't think I hit it. I thought I missed it. By the way, another digital cluster that I despise. I just do not like this at all. Now, some of the Mustangs, I believe, have screens that you can change what it looks like on the inside, but this, what you're looking at, I hate it. That looks terrible, in my personal opinion. Do not like it at all. But, again, it's personal opinion. I just think that looks terribly ugly. One full big screen all the way across, and just not even nice visuals. Like, just not feeling it. Exterior, though, love it. I think it's really nice. Sir Mano, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. And Ibrahim, yes, my Dark Horse is an A-class, as are most of my modern muscle cars. I think I have literally everyone built, because I think the championship from last week was modern muscle. So I think I went through and used most of them. But It's good. It's really good. But it's just not the best, in my personal opinion. And damn, that's from a Ford guy saying he hates those digital clusters. But alright, there you go though. Looks fantastic also in this Stevia livery. But alright, we're going to do one final one tonight, boys. One final one, so I'm going to make one final poll. And hopefully this has helped you guys, you know, kind of figure out what type of backstage cars you're liking from some of these. But we're going to go through the lists. We're going to pick a few more for you to vote on. I'm going to do one more car here today. And, you know what? I think we got to put that RS7 Sport back in there for sure. Love that car. It's one of my favorites. Let me go through the full list here so I can truly decide what I want to showcase here. There hasn't been too many recent cars that I like, to be honest, and again, some of these I already put in recent videos. So Focus ST, front wheel drive we haven't seen yet today. That might be a cool option. What else we got? What else? I'm not gonna go RS6. I do like the GR86. The GR86 is really nice, and you can use that in 2 different classes too. And then what should we do for the final one? You know what? Nobody talks about this car. The McLaren Artura will be the last one. So you get your votes in there, boys. And we will pick one final car to do here today. Let's see what we get. But B Diddy, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you, good sir. And Reaper, I bet you I got 3 A-class modern muscle cars that could beat your Dark Horse. I really truly believe that though. Like, I really like a lot of my modern muscle cars, but yeah, see, PD, that's the thing. Like, you think you know that you have all the good cars, but there's a lot of cars that are low-key pretty legit. Pretty legit indeed. But yeah, see, it depends on situation too. Like, the CT5 is really good on the street. I don't know if I would say the CT5 would beat the Dark Horse in my opinion, but on a circuit race, I do think the CT4 Blackwing would beat the Dark Horse. But again, that's a different situation, you know, compared to street racing and stuff. So again, guys, get your votes in that chat poll. I want to try and get up to at least 50 votes before we pick the winner. Right now, the Focus, the RS7, and the Artura are at the top of the voting list. In the meantime, we'll quick recap our voting from this week. The AMG GT, if that gets in the backstage, will 100% be a car I recommend to get for sure. Lancia is a nice one too. I'm just not into off-roading quite as much, or the dirt or cross countries. And then the playlist vote, it's a tough one. I don't know. I just don't see. Let me put it this way. Every social media that I've looked at, 90% of people are picking Horizon 10-year anniversary. So, you know, if it loses, I'd be so surprised. I wouldn't be mad because I really like the car rewards and customs, but the 10-year anniversary theme is going to be really cool. And a thing to remember too, no matter what, all these playlists are going to come back at some point. So even if it loses a vote here, although we might wait a while, you'll probably see them again in the future. And PD, I highly recommend doing something other than drag racing. Drag racing is so repetitive and just going in a straight line. Like, it really comes down to the tune. You know what I mean? There's no real skill to that, aside from maybe shifting if you're actually in manual or manual clutch. Try to actually do street racing and road racing and to get better out there, because once you learn to actually take corners and go with the flow of races and stuff, it can be so just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so enjoyable, and it's just like, when you find new cars that you like too, like, because I build like so many cars that I've never looked at in previous games and just never really cared about. When you find new cars that you like, it's just like so rewarding almost too. I just feel like I love that's one of the things that's kept me playing for so long. Is just, dude, if I was just drag racing every day for the last 3.5 years, I think I would have quit this game in like a year, if that. Maybe sooner. I don't know. The only thing that maybe would have kept me coming back is collecting the cars. That's like the only possible thing. But let's see, we're at 42 votes. We'll wait for a couple more, but the RS7 looks like it has taken over. RS7 Sportback, which I love. And by the way, I have multiple builds for, I think, A-Class and S1 class, so that'll be interesting. Looks like we got some downloads here. Make sure we claim our prizes. Don't forget too, there was a daily today. for wheel spins. So redeem a wheel spin or super wheel spin. We redeemed a regular wheel spin earlier. Let's do a super wheel spin real quick right here. See if we get anything good. 45 remaining. Nothing. Just cars. And then I think I have about 140 regular wheel spins. You got to keep in mind too, 142. I just played the festival playlist every week. Like, I haven't really touched this game since Thursday. And that's what I do most weeks. I'll play Thursday, then I'll play once or twice the rest of the week to just finish off some dailies or whatever I need to get to 40 points. Again, at 3.5 years out, being an original Xbox player, I don't play every single day like I used to, but I still really enjoy doing the playlist each week. And just, you know, doing what we're doing here today, racing some cars. Building some cars usually. It's kind of where I find my enjoyment still. But let's see here. I don't think anything's going to overtake the RS7, so we'll start getting into that, showing it off. We'll go... Trying to think of which one I want to get into. I think I'll get into my S1. Why am I blind right now? But there it is. This thing, one of the most beautiful cars in this game. And I told you guys that I love Audis. This is one of them. And again, A-Class and S1. It does have customization. We're going to end the poll right there because I already know. This is going to be something people will enjoy. Now, this car has been available in playlists a few times, and I feel like it was recently, or was it this one that was recently? I think it was in the playlist pretty recently, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. Was it this one? Yeah, there it is. We're just in Midnight's at Horizon for 160 points. But I just told you, it's good in 2 classes. If you want to, hopefully you got one from the playlist. Could get another one from the Backstage. There is customization, which, let me just go into the upgrade screens to show that off real quick. No wide body kit, but again, ABT customization. So you got the RS7R front bumper, which I really like. I don't like how it removes the badge on the grille, but the extra carbon fiber in the middle there and the splitter all looks really good. I don't think anybody would deny that. Then you got the little lip carbon fiber spoiler, which I don't think affects the active aero spoiler, which we'll see here in just a second. Then you got the ABT rear bumper, which there's no question makes it look way better with the carbon fiber. The exhaust layout I think looks better. And also at the little side vent there. I think it's a fake one if I'm not mistaken, but and then the little side skirt, and you got the little vent or carbon fiber on the side of the front fender there too. So full ABT customization right there. I think somebody told me it's pronounced like Abt or something, like the German pronunciation. I could be wrong on that. I feel like that was the one that I remember someone saying that for, but car mastery. I do have pretty much everything. 200% XP bonus for skills the next 10 campaign races. Road racing there, Forza-thon points, you know, so it's got some stuff, nothing too crazy. Let's go drive it though, boys. Let's go full send it, shall we? And let me see real quick. Does that little carbon fiber spoiler? Nope, it doesn't, see? And that's perfect. That is perfect. You gotta love active aero. And the sounds too. Alright, let's see, you know what, since we're in S1, let's run the marathon again, why not? So we'll go solo. This time it is a super saloon again. Remember I told you how there's a lot of super saloons that are better. Again, this is S1 class, I do think it's really good in A class as well, but Drivatar difficulty, we're keeping it on unbeatable. We'll do clear post rain. We'll do nighttime. Of course, there will be traffic to get in my way as always. I think this thing's so good that I'm going to let all the Drivatars pass me in the beginning like I usually do, but it is a beaut. It is a beaut. One of the nice... There's a lot of nice Audis in this game. This is top 3 for sure, without a doubt, no question. It's tough though. The Audi RS6 Avant is so nice too. Let's drive it. We'll decide. Hell yeah, the marathon again, because we're in S1 this time. So the best street race. Okay, I always forget if it's the road or the street because you start in either 10th or 12th when you're on Unbeatable, but we'll give the Drivatars the head start. Look at the Street Scene Festival. Looking good. This is pretty much maxed out, stock engine. Of course, stock drivetrain, no Forza Aero, and ABT customization. It's just such a good car. Even in the rain. Hey, chill with it, buddy. Chill with it. Hey, stop it. Don't run me off the road. Don't do it. Skirt. Oh, got that Beamer on the inside. A little bit of rubbing is racing action. Dang AMG, get out of here. The heck with you. The heck with you. Oh God. That's a slippery corner right there, boys. Wet cobblestones, don't ever forget about that. I don't think it's possible to pass in these sections. Not clean, at least. If you've seen me do a trial run here, you already know what happens in the tunnels. Drivatars are really what the heck is this traffic car doing? Always gotta watch the traffic cars there. Oh God. The wet conditions do hamper this car a little bit in S1, you can tell. Definitely would be a lot grippier if it was dry. These Drivatars are really putting pressure on me from behind too. They moving, boys, they ain't playing around. Petey! Thank you so much for subscribing. Alright. We gotta catch up here, boys. Can't be taking no L's here. Not to, what the? Not to end the stream, man. Can't happen. Can't happen. Still a lot of race left, 75%. You guys know the drill, never give up. Even when all the odds are against you, the rain, the Wangs, the Drivatars, ain't giving up. Oh God. Dang damn it. Woo! Trying to do it clean. This thing sounds so good. Looks good, sound good, drive good. Ouch. I don't drive good though. Checks most of the boxes again though. Active aero. Beautiful Nardo type gray. OEM color, by the way, yes. Skirt. Whew, my goodness. That top end power and handling is crazy. I'm gonna get dive bombed right here, guaranteed. Wow. I think the only reason I didn't is because I took the inside lane. Because usually you want to be on the outside lane there, but the Drivatars usually dive bomb you because that's what real players usually do, so sometimes you gotta be a little defensive. Hey, you know what? As long as you don't rage quit, that's the biggest thing. Because a lot of people do. Or they'll just hit rewind. But then you don't learn. You don't, like, push yourself to improve, you know? You just take the easy way out. That's not how character's built. It's not how skills are built either. They're still right on me, boys. Got a long way to go. I gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Can't make any mistakes either. I don't really, by the way, I do not like Audi digital gauge clusters either, man. They're ugly. I was in an Audi RS7 from 2020 before they made the switch. I went 140 miles per hour in real life on a test drive in an Audi RS7 2020. The sedan. Never will forget that. Still very upset that it wasn't on video. Well, it was, but it was like a not permanent video. Which I'll never let go. I'll never let it go. There. Oh my goodness. Hustling me, boys. Look at this RCF with a wang on it. That's how you know it's not legit. Do you... Oh my god! Oh! No! Did you hear what that thing has in it, though? That's not a Lexus RCF. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Absolutely just pitiful. It's alright, we made up for it. Definitely schlicking the rain out here, boys. Juan, I got a better suggestion. Don't. I don't know if you realize this, but when you buy a car from the Backstage and you sell it, you can never use a Backstage pass to get that car again. My rule of thumb, cars are greater than credits. Spend your passes on cars that you actually want, and go build them, race them, cruise them, and enjoy them. Credits mean nothing, man. You're going to be able to get all the cars for free from either the festival playlist or the Horizon Backstage at some point. I've had to preach this like a broken record because I guess either people have just assumed that money in auction house is the only way, or you're just being misled by other content creators out there on different social medias. I tried to tell you, CP. I tried to tell you all these years. Sometimes nobody wants to listen. I own every single car in this game, and I literally would not care if I had no money. It's all about the cars, man. Cars are greater than credits. That money at the top of your screen, that number, is useless. It means nothing, and it's not a flex either. The real flex is owning and having every car in your garage. That's the true flex. You know what the bigger flex is? Having every car in your garage as a first owner, aka not bought at the auction house. Well, it's a shame that, well, I don't know, what was that car? I don't think it was an American Automotive, but I know another thing people don't have is patience, and people I'm sure don't like to hear me talk about that, but if you're patient, every car is going to come, man. Again, there's 900 cars. Like, don't tunnel vision on 1 or 2 or even 10 cars. Like, drive every car that you get in the game. Try building all the cars you get. Like, again, you just will find so many cars that you enjoy in this game. I've built so many cars that I've come to love that I never even thought anything of in the past. Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I have seen the ZRX one. It's pretty insane. I'm hoping that the W1, the McLaren, and that ZRX one will, you know, maybe be the cover cars or a cover car for the next Horizon. I think that'd be pretty cool. That's really good, Reserve. You're doing a good job. I don't know when you started playing with 400 cars, and we'll call it almost 2 months if you started playing with early release. Not bad. Not bad at all. Can you believe it's been almost 2 months since Forza Horizon 5 has been on PlayStation 5? Pretty crazy how quick it goes, huh? Pretty crazy. Yeah, ZR1X, whatever. You get the point. You get the point. Anyways, though, Audi RS7 Sportback, boys. Highly recommend. Highly recommend for sure. Beautiful, sounds amazing, active aero, good performance in A and S1. Relatively easy to drive, pretty good handling. Is a little bit on the heavy side if I had to put some, you know, point something out negative about it, but I think it makes up for it just in every other way. But that is going to wrap it up for today, boys. Thank you so much for tuning in here. Make sure you finish off your festival playlist. Actually, did I have enough trial? Are you guys still around? That's the bigger question. Let's see. We got one trial, championships. Nico, are you still on here? You on the stream? I'll do one trial run before I go, if anybody else needs it. One final trial. Oh, Nico's in the trial already. said to heck with them. Nico, hit me up if you still need it. I said if we had a full team that I'd do that. I kind of forgot about that because we had so much fun racing cars here today. But I'm out of here officially, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Don't forget to get your Ultimate for free. It is in the Backstage too. Get your Backstage pass. Don't forget to get a Backstage pass from the Forzathon shop. Hope you had fun here, though. Let me know if you decide to end up getting any of these cars that we showed here today. I think they're all pretty good ones that you guys voted for. And until next time, probably Thursday for the new season, autumn coming up. The VW SP2, which I think lost in the Backstage vote, so that should be a pretty cool one. Also, the Vanquish will definitely be obtainable, which it is now if you kind of grind and do all your stuff there. And Noble M600. Keep getting your 40 points every week. We'll be seeing that in probably week 3 winter. That'll be when you can get that. But I'm out, guys. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing feedback. And thank you, as always, for supporting and watching. Have a wonderful night. And we'll see you Thursday for autumn season. Okay, bye.